kind of did his post trip after we shut down here at this rest stop in Junction something or other, Iowa. Anyway, nice area. You know, it's beautiful. You can see the scenery behind Condon there. But anyway, you know, nothing was wrong with anything last night when we went to bed. But we woke up this morning strangely to a half broken mud flap holder thing. I don't even know what you call those things. And then our windshield wiper was broke. I don't even understand how that happens in the middle of the night. But yeah, it's weird. But as soon as he closes that hood, I'm gonna show y'all the scenery here. It's beautiful out here. Just nothing but wide open farmland. There's the other truck stop, not truck stop, but the other rest area down there. What's this place called? Pacific Junction. That's it. Pacific Junction, Iowa. We are at a pilot in Council Bluffs, Iowa. Condon went and got us some Arby's. There he comes. So we're sitting here waiting on our next dispatch. Hopefully it'll come soon and we'll know where we're going. We'll catch up with y'all in a little while. Bye. We are here at one of our customers picking up a load. This is in Fremont, Nebraska. And it's going to Columbia, South Carolina. Anyway, you see this little bitty spot? Yep. And there's the road. There's the driveway. Yep. Colin's gonna have a good time backing into there. And hey, look at this. How close he had to get to these steps. Wow. And he did it on the first try. It was like it wasn't even a problem. You did good, honey.
Yep, it's always a good day when you don't bump things. Bumping is bad.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you get it in there the first try or the 100th try, as long as you don't bump nothing.
That's right.
You put too much pressure on yourself when you first start driving because you're like trying to get it perfect every time. After you drive for a while, it don't matter if you got to pull up 3-4 times, as long as you don't bump nothing.
You ain't having to pay for nobody's stuff.
Exactly.
Or your company stuff.
Exactly.
Good job.
It don't take you long to learn that, though. In school, they pressure you. Everything's got to be perfect every time. It's that bend a nail, you fail type stuff. And all they do is teach you enough to get your license. They don't teach you how to drive a truck. You've got to learn how to drive a truck. Now I see why a lot of trucking companies do that long training, because you need it. There's so much to this job. Ooh.
Yep. I think Prime with their, what was it? Is it 30,000 miles or 40,000 miles?
Yeah.
I think they got the right idea.
Yeah, it's. I used to sit back and go, why do they train so long? Now I know.
Yeah.
Because you
long.
gotta find where you're going, and not make any mistakes along the way. Because you turn up the wrong way, I mean, you stuck, and it might cost you a day's pay. I mean, it might get you a ticket. You might have to get police out there to help you back out. So you gotta plan trip, sure enough.
Yeah.
To make sure you don't make the wrong turn.
Yeah.
And when you do make the wrong turn, don't just panic and start turning. It's time to stop and figure it out before you move any further.
Yeah, because if you keep turning, you go down the rabbit's hole.
It ain't good. I've been there. When I first started, I was like, and I called you on the phone. You got it on the iPad and started to saying, go down to the left, go down to the right, and got me out of it. So.
Yep.
Every lesson you learn in trucking is a hard lesson, and you don't repeat it. Once you learn it, you don't repeat it again.
You don't do it again.
No, not at all.
Good job, honey.
Yay!
issues we had this morning when the mud flap that was half hanging off the truck, and then the windshield wiper that was broke. What did you do to fix those?
Oh, I used zip ties on the mud flap. It started ripping undoubtedly on our, because it was good before we left on our trip. Of course, we drove.
Well, I mean, you post-tripped it, so.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We drove 619 miles. So somewhere along that way, I guess the wind or something ripped that mud flap about a quarter of the way. So I did it. Now the windshield wiper ain't nothing but them old cheap plastic ones, and it just come unclicked. So I clicked it back, and it was good.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are.
So what do you do when you're out in the middle of Nebraska, out in the middle of no man's land, and it's pouring down rain, and you break a windshield wiper on the driver's side?
You go to a truck stop and find one, or either find a auto parts place that you can swing your truck in.
Yeah, but you're in the middle of nowhere. There's nowhere.
Well, then you swap sides.
You steal the one off the off the passenger side.
One. Well, ideally, if you are a show enough long-term truck driver, you have an extra mud flap and you have extra everything.
Yeah.
So
extra.
Yeah, you keep extra.
That's more extra.
And when they take the tore up mud flap off, just keep it and cut it off below that, and then if something happens again, you can just bolt it on there. Even though it's shorter, it's still a mud flap. So they're supposed to be like no more than 8 inches from the pavement. And we didn't park at a truck stop, so I know I didn't rip the mud flap by backing into like the curbing.
Yeah.
So that's a rookie mistake. It don't take you but ripping off one mud flap and you're
I honestly think somebody hit us.
No, they didn't hit us. I looked at the back. There wasn't no knee marks or anything. It happens. It's an older mud flap. The one's ripped on the back of the tractor too. It's zip tied on.
Lord have mercy.
Well, I mean, if you bought a mud flap every time one ripped, you'd probably buy 2 a month. So you zip tie them down and keep moving. If you come out here and decide you're gonna be driving a new vehicle all the time, it ain't gonna happen. You gotta, if you work for a trucking company that keeps swapping new trucks, you're going to stay on the road because they got to pay for the truck. If you drive for a company that's got older trucks, you can go to the house for a little while because the truck paid for it. So we're going to the house. As long as the truck don't leave us sitting. That's like this morning pre-trip. Walk around, you see a big old puddle of fluid on the ground. It's like, oh God, here we go. Because we just come out of the shop fixing stuff.
I forgot to mention that about the puddle of fluid.
I'm sitting there, oh God, transmission what? And I check the fluid and you rub it on your finger and smell of it, and yeah, it was transmission fluid. Luckily, it was the guy that was parked next to his truck had done drained and ran up under ours and out the other side because we were on a hill. And we had to add some radiator fluid, but that's normal. The APU, I think, on ours, it kind of burns a little. The more the APU runs, we had to keep adding fluid.
Yeah.
The truck's almost got 700,000 miles.
For the most part, this truck's been a good truck.
Don't.
Well, I mean, you got to give it props every once in a while.
And
I mean, we always fussing at GP.
And we'll get 500 miles tonight. This thing will go boom. And we'll be sitting on the side of the road. So don't.
I mean, we got to praise him every once in a while.
Oh yeah. We've been happy with it.
Boy, don't get no props.
It has its issues. We've fixed up some stuff on it. So.
Oh, you know what?
We had our opportunity to change into a different one and decided to keep this one. So.
Condon put up the lights in the truck. You see the new lights? I don't have Christmas lights hanging anymore. I got actual LED strip lights.
And they change colors
and they change colors and dim, and we can have a disco back there. And show them the other little thing.
What thing?
The air hose. He added a air hose to the truck so we can blow the truck out. You can get these little handy dandy things from the truck stop for like 25 bucks. Dang it. For like 25 bucks. Now we can blow the truck out instead of having to sweep it out.
Which we got the one that hooks to the glad hand, but if you can do this like on a daily basis, it's a lot better.
Right, yeah. So in between cleaning the floor, actually like getting down on your knees and wiping it, you know, in between doing that, we can blow it out. So yeah, some new stuff going on in the truck. And now that I've done gave it praise, it'll break down on us. And then Condon will cuss me out.
And it doesn't matter if it's new or not. We have 4 new tires and drove on them for a week and then had to replace one of those.
Yeah.
Because
Sure did.
These roads are rough and it tears up.
Especially out, well, I really, do you think the roads up north, like, because we went to New Jersey, are they worse up there than they are out here out west? Because this is our first time this far out west.
The roads, it's according to the ice and stuff like that and how fast they fix them and everything. The ice in the cold states really tears the roads up.
I'll have to say that the roads up north are worse.
Bridge transitions, oh my God.
Every bridge transition in every state sucks. I just don't even understand why they can't get that right.
You'll be riding along and it feels like you drop off 4 foot, or either you're riding along and it literally feels like you leave the ground because you're ramping.
You're ramping like the Dukes of Hazzard. Yep.
And you can't slow down because you got to get there.
Yep.
And you don't know that the
Well,
transitions.
you don't even know if it's. I mean, if you slow down at every bridge transition, you never get anywhere. Anyway, I guess that's our update for now. We're still in Nebraska at Fremont getting loaded. And I guess in a little while when they get through ugliness, we'll start heading towards Columbia, South Carolina. All right, honey?
Yeah. So why did we name this thing Overland Products when it's
Because that's what it's
actually-
called.
So it's Overland Products, but it's Ansbury, True, Fremont. They got that name, that signs on the front of the building.
Yeah.
That's another thing. They'll give you an address and a name of a location. And when you get there, the address is correct, but the name of the location, I mean, they're sending you to Burger King, but you're actually going to Hardee's. I mean, serious. You get there and it's like, this is Hardee's. Am I at the right place? And you're like, it's the right address. And you pull in and they're like, oh yeah, this is so-and-so. So it's because they have so many third-party places. Like, I mean, we go to pick up for, Lowe's is a big account, and you're actually going to Saddle Creek, not Lowe's. They'll say
Sam's.
you're going to Lowe's. Oh, it is, ain't it?
Yeah, Sam's is Saddle Creek.
There you go. They'll say you're going to Sam's Warehouse, and when you get there, the name's Saddle
Creek, yeah.
So that's another thing you have to learn in trucking is you're constantly hunting something, and it might not even be what you're looking for. You just stumble across it and you're like, I'm here. You ask a lot of questions and you do a lot of walking and you don't waste a whole lot of time while you're doing it. You walk in and go, am I so-and-so? And when they say nope, you just like, thank you, and walk off because you're, trying to make money.
Yeah. But that's kind of what makes it fun too, in a sense.
Yep.
You know?
You never know what you're going to do from, when we leave here, you might not even make it where you're going.
What is that, Forrest Gump says? Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. It's kind of like that in trucking too.
Yeah, trucking's like a blowed tire, a missing mud flap, a leaking radiator, a truck won't crank, or oh my God, I'm running low on fuel, where's the next fuel stop?
Oh my God, I gotta go get a PM done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of you trying to run, they're like, it's time to change the oil. And then you just have to stop what you're doing.
Yeah.
That happens about every 2.5, 3 months.
Or your DOT physical.
Yeah.
You gotta always make time for that. And you gotta do it at least a month in advance so you don't, wait till the last minute.
Yeah. Don't wait till the last minute on nothing. Get it all done early when you got time, or make time.
You gotta make sure all your, certificates and all that stuff in your book is always up to date. So that's a constant battle.
Constant, yeah. Start you a
Well,
spread.
not to mention, if you get out of your truck, you already know how your crap's up to date. Getting into another truck, a loaner truck till your truck's finished, that's a whole nother issue.
Oh yeah.
You got to make sure all that stuff's up to date before you leave a yard.
You're running along, your truck breaks, you're already running late to pick up your stuff. You got 30 minutes to get there. It's an hour drive, and you got to change trucks, and you got to check and make sure all that stuff's up to date so you don't get a ticket before you leave.
Yep.
So it's an adventure.
Adventures in trucking.
What's that Jeremy always says? That little saying he says about the.
Jeremy and trucking with Celine. I don't know. What? I forget. It slips my mind.
Good times. Good times.
Good times.